Dramatic crime crisis. A Chicago couple is speaking out after they were brutally attacked by a mob of teenagers. The husband and pregnant wife were beaten, stomped, and kicked repeatedly. And tragically, that couple has lost their baby.
Another lady came to me and dragged me through my hair. Another person started stomping all over me, and my husband ran towards me to save me. Over 10 people held him. We believe in faith, and it wasn't meant to be. So we don't know why this happened to us.
William Kelly is a Chicago-based reporter and joins us now. William, this happened in Streeterville, which is a nice area of Chicago, and the details here are devastating. What can you tell us about this?
Well, God bless you, Carly. And it breaks my heart, not only as a reporter, but as a lifelong Chicagoan who was born and raised on the south side of Chicago. Now we see the kind of violence associated with the south side all over the city of Chicago. Yeah, Streeterville is the postcard of Chicago. When people think of the postcard of Chicago, they're essentially picturing Streeterville. But I've been reporting on these teen takeover mobs, flash mobs, for quite some time now. It seems like years. So our current mayor, Johnson, knew about this. This was preventable. That video, I shot that. The police superintendent Schnelling knew about this. This was preventable. This couple did not need to be attacked. They did not need to lose their baby, Carly.
And the woman just found out that she was pregnant. This should be the happiest time of their lives, which is why they were on a date night, as every couple does in Streeterville. You think you're safe, and clearly you're not. And,
right.
And the thing about this is, she says that they didn't rob this group of teens. Didn't rob them.
No.
They were just out for violence. They punched them in the stomach, which is why the woman lost her baby. Pepper sprayed them. Police caught two of them. Yeah, a 14-year-old boy, a 17-year-old girl, but both of them were just charged with one count of misdemeanor battery. That's a slap on the wrist for causing this woman to lose her child.
Well, they always attack from behind. You never see it coming. Once you're on the ground, they stomp on you. I've had it happen to me, believe it or not, in Streeterville. So this is nothing new. And what's really upsetting is that the Chicago media, the police superintendent Schnelling, the mayor, they're treating it like a one-day story. They want this to go away, which is why thank you, Carly, for bringing this story to the rest of the country.
Alderman Brian Hopkins says he knows Streeterville residents are on edge on what seems to be a nightly basis, an influx of young people taking over the sidewalks and running around the area using the AMC theaters in the 300 block of East Illinois as their rallying point.
We have no problem with teens talking to teens and hanging out downtown. When they cross the line into criminality, that's when we have a problem, and that is in fact what's happening.
It was a recent violent attack, now amplifying the worries shared by many. Hopkins, who also serves as the chair of the Public Safety Committee, says he saw a video of it and says this was violence for the sake of violence.
This was a random, unprovoked attack. They were just walking home after having dinner out, and they were attacked with no warning from behind.
It all happened near McClurg and Grand just after 9:15 Friday night. A couple who lives in the area reportedly approached by a group with two people physically attacking them. A 14-year-old boy and 17-year-old girl, both arrested.
That's unacceptable, and we need to marshal all our resources to respond appropriately and put a stop to this.
Hopkins confirms reports the woman learned when she later sought medical treatment that she also suffered a miscarriage. He's been in touch with both victims and says this has been traumatizing. Now, Hopkins is also asking the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to upgrade the charges against those two teens to felonies. We are told by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office that they do not get consulted when police file misdemeanor charges, and they have not yet received any requests to review felony charges in this case. For now, reporting live in Streeterville.
Comments came during an event here at Navy Pier directed at teenagers from at-risk neighborhoods, providing them with something to do, connecting them with resources for summer jobs and other activities. And it is more of this that the mayor believes would go a long way to preventing disruptions like what happened last night.
The reckless and dangerous behavior that was exhibited last night, no one wants to see that, and we're not going to tolerate it.
Mayor Brandon Johnson today reacting to last night's so-called teen takeover in Streeterville. 15-year-old boy being shot in the leg. Second Ward Alderman Brian Hopkins earlier adding more detail to what he described as 3 to 4 hours of uncontrolled chaos.
They were blocking traffic, jumping on cars, harassing pedestrians, stealing from the stores. There were several fights. Tasers were deployed.
It is not immediately clear what led to the shots being fired. The incident coming on the final weekend of spring break for Chicago students. It is a weekend during which the city also hosted its 4th annual My Chai, My Future Teen Bash event at Navy Pier, where it's estimated between 1,000 and 1,500 teens came out to participate. Some saying more of this is what is needed.
At first, when I came here, I'm like, this is going to be so corny, and then I'm in here, and it's like so fun. There's so many things that I can do, so much of a variety.
Simmons City Council saying what is needed is a change in the city's curfew for minors from the current 10 p.m. to 8 p.m.
That can be used to quell the violence before it starts. The police have asked for this tool. I think we need to give it to them. It's an extraordinarily difficult thing to do, to contain 300 teenagers when you only have about 60 police officers.
Changing the curfew is something that Alderman Hopkins first attempted to do last summer. At the time, City Council deferred the vote, sending the proposal back to committee. It is one that Mayor Johnson opposes.
Times like this, when the fear is all too real for Principal Dozier. In 2009, the brutal murder of one of her students was caught on video and broadcast worldwide on the internet.
Simply sickening is about the only way to describe it. Pictures taken on a cell phone of a kid pounding another kid with a wooden board. That teenager who just got hit is 16-year-old Darion Albert, and he's dead now.
Chilling new details about the teenager who carried out the Texas massacre. 18-year-old Salvador Ramos posted messages on social media hinting about his evil plans. Wait till tomorrow when this warning and this. Kids be scared, along with photos of 2 assault rifles and a high-capacity magazine. The morning of the massacre, he sent this text to a young woman he knew. "You gonna repost my gun pics?" She answered, "What your guns got to do with me?" He replied, "I got a little secret I want to tell you." Texas Governor Greg Abbott revealed 3 chilling Facebook posts.
He said, "I'm going to shoot my grandmother." The second post was, "I shot my grandmother." The third post, maybe less than 15 minutes before arriving at the school, was, "I'm going to shoot an elementary school."
Here's Jim Murray.
Friends say Ramos was a loner who was bullied at school for a speech impediment and reportedly came from a family troubled by drug addiction. Several months before the massacre, he came to live here with his grandmother, who worked for the school district. He slept on a mattress on the floor.
Increasingly bizarre.
I was going to start being his friend no more because he was being weird with not only me, but a lot of other people.
Isolated, who has psychological or physical characteristics that marginalize him, who was bullied. That's a prescription for disaster, and it's present in the majority of school shootings.
This video shows graduating seniors from the killer's high school being welcomed by kids at the elementary school. Ramos targeted the school just 3 days later. The day of the shooting, Ramos had a fight with his grandmother over failing to graduate. She was shot in the face and is in critical condition.
He shot his own grandmother, and from that point just triggered this mass shooting.
Ramos fled the home in his grandparents' pickup truck, crashing into this gully. Surveillance video shows him running into the school seconds later. The massacre was about to begin.
A new perspective on the deadly school shooting in Uvalde, Texas in 2022.
We got a first look at police body cam video recorded as the tragedy unfolded, and we caution you here. What you're about to see in this report from Omar Villafranca is graphic. Omar.
Well, these videos reinforce what came out in previous reports about the lack of leadership at that scene.
Who are we waiting at? Newly released body cam video shows police standing outside the classrooms at Robb Elementary in 2022. After 77 minutes of inaction by federal, state, and local police, a barrage of gunfire. Officers move in and announce the suspect is no longer a threat. while others are yelling to clear a path. Officers enter classrooms streaked with blood, and they find children screaming. The blurred video covers officers who are rushing injured students out of the classroom, frantically performing first aid. In another scene, just moments before the breach, an officer in the hallway is heard trying to talk to the shooter.
Please put your firearm down. We don't want anybody else injured, sir. These are innocent children.
The gunman does not respond.
Who did this to you? Who's your grandson?
Attorneys also released video of officers arriving at the home of the shooter's grandmother. She was found lying on the ground moaning after the suspect attacked her and shot her in the face minutes before going to Robb Elementary and killing 19 students and 2 teachers.
Former Uvalde Schools Police Chief Pete Arredondo and Officer Adrian Gonzalez faced multiple criminal charges, including child endangerment. They have pleaded not guilty. But families have said that while these videos are painful, they're part of transparency, and some parents still want more officers.